Alright, so the third wave of DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe released on December 7th of 2022, and it contained two cups, the Rock Cup and the Moon Cup. Now for opinions. Alright, starting with the Rock Cup, we have Mario Kart Tour's London Loop. I've been here. As always, there's many different routes, but here I think that there's a bit too many. I see it on the mini-map, which I think is just a reference to the London's road systems. The graphics are mediocre because Mario Kart Tour, and the track is fine but not memorable in the slightest. This part where you jump off a drawbridge is cool, and I did find a shortcut, but other than that, there's really nothing to say about this track. GBA Boo Lake. This track is really short due to being from Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. I like it though. It's atmospheric with its lighting, and having boos and bats flying around it is cool. It was like I was really there. The track is really simple, with not too many obstacles, but it does have a lot of turns, which are really fun to drift on. However, if you don't know how to drift, you probably won't like this track very much. I also really like the underwater section. It's fun to drive through, and the dark water is cool compared to the light water of tracks like Water Park and the Mushroom Cup. 3DS Rock Mountain. Everyone should be dead here because of how high up this stage is. This track is great, sure, but the original version on 3DS is superior in almost every way. Even with this track being in HD, I'd rather have the nicer looking textures from Mario Kart 7. The only thing that this track does better than the original is that it has more speed boosters on the hill at the end of each lap. Wii Maple Treeway. Finally in HD! This track just screams fall, and I love it. The wood grain texture is cool and semi-realistic, which is weird next to everything else, especially the moss, which is just green and is very undetailed in comparison. But at least I can finally fulfill my fantasy of biking through piles of leaves at high speeds, and sometimes making random mushrooms here. This half pipe is sick! Look at this jump and flip I did, so cool! And you get speed direct. Alright, and next we have the Moon Cup, which is kicked off with Berlin Byways from Mario Kart Tour. For some reason, this track just felt harder than all the other ones, and I just can't put my finger on why. The part where you go in a train is cool, and so is the part where you can drive on the road with other vehicles, but other than that, just like all the other Mario Kart Tour tracks, I don't really have much to say here. You can get assaulted by the Berlin Wall, though. DS Peach Gardens. What do I even say? I like the third lap because it's unique, and I tried to high-five Luigi. Emphasis on tried. Merry Mountain and Merry Christmas. This video was made on Christmas. This track feels very festive, and the train on N64 Rainbow Road makes it return. I like the detail of the ground having coal instead of rocks, and partway through the track, you can see toads being sent to work in the toy factories. And it has a half pipe, just like Maple Treeway, but that's so unoriginal. There was one just 3 tracks ago. And finally, oh my god, it looks so beautiful. The track has an effect that makes it look like you're actually riding on moving light particles. And when you press A to start moving, there's a cool sparkly sound. The track also has a blue outline, which makes the track look so much more surreal. And in addition to all this, the track is translucent and allows you to stare into space. And speaking of space, the skybox is simply beautiful. The track also waves around in the air and really makes the track feel like it's in space. The lighting is also amazing, especially on Saturn's ring. The details are also insane. Random meteors floating around have rainbow specks in them. My only complaint about the track is that when I got to the third lap, the music stopped for a bit, which was just plain painful. But other than that, the whole thing is perfection. The greatest Mario Kart track ever made. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go play through it another 100 times. Good day.